Hello everyone, I'm Em. Welcome back to TechBlock. Today's video is sponsored by Sudio. They went ahead and sent over these earphones for me to check out on the channel. Well, I say they're earphones, but they're more like earbuds, as they're pretty much like AirPods style type earbuds, but these look very different to AirPods, of course, as you can imagine. And they have a very different shape in general. But I've never tried out these style of earbuds before, as the way these are shaped is very different. So I'm interested to see how they're actually going to feel in my ear and how music is going to sound like, of course. And we will also do an audio test, as these apparently have very high-end microphones in them as well. So we'll do a full audio test. Hopefully we can get it all working. And we'll do a gaming test as well, test latency. Should be a pretty thorough review of these earbuds right here. So without further ado, let's get this opened up, unbox them, set it all up, connect them to our phone, connect them to the PC, and let's do a full test. All right, Sudio. So they arrived in this lovely packaging right here. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, these do look quite a bit different to AirPods, as you can probably tell by the shape of these, and these are called the Sudio Fem. They also feature, of course, their real clear voice technology with 4 microphones in these earbuds, so hopefully the microphones in here sound amazing. These microphones also do feature ambient noise reduction. The earbuds themselves have IPX5 water protection, USB Type-C quick charging for the case, 20 hours of battery life in total, 6 hours on a single charge, so you can charge the earbuds roughly 2 more times when you put them back in the case. So without further ado, let's open these guys up. So in terms of packaging, lovely experience overall, very professional, very well presented. Quite a big fan of the way they've packed their product here. It's very nice. So custom Sudio cable right here, very tiny little Type-C cable. Wow, look at this guy. This is tiny. It's like the tiniest Type-C I've seen. So we have that. That's how you're going to charge the case. Where's the actual port on here? Okay, so the port is all the way here. Let's try to plug this in. Okay. Pretty satisfying click when you plug in the Type-C. Wow, so first of all, the case is pretty slim. It's kind of like this oval shape, and we can open it up. This is how everything looks like. Okay, so the opening experience, I've never used anything like this before, so obviously it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to put that Type-C cable away. But as for the shape of the case and everything, it's quite slim, so I feel like this wouldn't really bother me if this was in my pocket at all times. So in terms of case design, I'm a fan so far. Wow, and then when you open it up, once again, you're greeted by a Sudio logo, the battery level indicator for the actual case. And look at them, they're flashing away, these little earbuds right here, and they actually look so cool. Like, whoa, they magnetically snap back into place like almost perfectly. Look at that. Now, I'm buying these style of earbuds. What's quite important, I think, is the day-to-day like experience using them, as chances are you're going to be putting them back in the case and taking them out of the case many times throughout a day, and I just want to see like how easy it is for them to like snap back into place, how easy it is to see which one's left, which one's right. They are actually labeled, so that says R and this says L, so that is helpful. But let's say I want to put these back inside of the case, like how quickly can I put these back inside? So yeah, I'm very glad to see that they're using magnets, both for the actual case itself, like when it closes it magnetically shuts there, which is nice. And then the earbuds themselves magnetically snap back into the case, and they're immediately charging up there. As you can see by the little metal prongs there, that's how they charge. As you can see on the table right here, I've pretty much unboxed all the other ear tips right here. So we get 5 sizes in total, ranging from like absolutely tiny ones to pretty big ones. So chances are, no matter the shape of your ear, Sudio has you covered with plenty of different size choices for the ear tips. I'm going to probably go with the middle ones right here, as I think these were the ones that were on here by default. So I'm going to just pop these back on and then see how these earbuds even feel inside of my ear, as they are shaped very differently to what I'm used to. So I'm interested to see how the noise isolation is and everything. In terms of all the other stuff that they give you, we get this little card right here saying join the Sudio Sphere, and if you register your product, they'll give you an extended 18-month warranty. By default, you get a 1-year warranty with your purchase of these earbuds right here. They also give you an owner's manual, of course, for these earbuds, and this all came very well presented, plenty of languages as well. So they kind of tell you the recommended fit for the earbuds, how you should place them and everything. And then they have the controls and everything else on here as well. They do also give you an owner's manual, and I'm gonna quickly run over a few of the specifications of these products right here. So Bluetooth 5.0, 10 meters of range. When it comes to the actual battery life of these earbuds, it says right here, for music/talking time like on the phone, you get around 6 hours of battery life at 50% volume. I wonder what kind of battery life you get at 100% volume. because, you know, if you're like in gym or something, chances are you kind of want to blast your music pretty loud. So I would be interested to see in what kind of battery life you're actually getting out of these at 100% volume. They do also feature a quick charge technology, so if you pop them in the case for 15 minutes, you get around an hour's worth of listening time out of them. But if you want to fully charge them, you will have to wait a total of 90 minutes of them being inside the case for them to fully charge up. But that's pretty much just a quick rundown of the specs of these earbuds right here. Without further ado, let's pop these guys in. So this is left and that is right. Cool. So, okay, so they kind of go in like that. In terms of like noise isolation, these seem to be pretty damn good. Whoa. They feel very lightweight in my ears. I don't know how they look like on me. Straight away, I've noticed that these are extremely light, but the way they're actually like inside of my ear feels very normal, feels very good. The actual shape of these is, of course, very different to what I'm used to, but they feel good. They feel fine in my ear, very lightweight. And straight away, you're gonna notice that the seal of the like rubber tips that they use is very good. So in terms of like noise isolation in general, because of the earbuds and just the entire shape of these guys, noise isolation seems to be amazing. Now, in order for me to actually pair them up properly, I'm gonna open up the case and then put them inside my ear again. So they just said power on pairing in like an American voice. That was cool. And boom, I've found them straight away on Bluetooth. Pairing successful. So I've set the volume to 50%. Let me turn it up a bit. I like the bass. The bass is good. They're definitely like quite big, so bass should be good. In terms of like the volume of these, I've got them at 100% volume. There's no distortion. Absolutely none. Overall, like sound levels in general, highs, mids, everything sounds good. Alright, so I did a quick music test there, listened to a couple songs on Spotify, and so far, these sound pretty nice. Like, there's no distortion. Everything sounds very good in general, especially the bass. The bass I really do like on these. I kind of want to say that I do wish these were a little bit louder, but because of their seal, they completely make up for it in my opinion. The noise isolation in general, once these are inside of your ears, I feel like it's very good. Like, I can barely even hear myself speak. That's how good like the sound isolation is. So in terms of volume, these are definitely loud enough and the sound quality is very clear. Like, there's no distortion. Like, I want to make that very clear. They're pretty loud. Like I want to make that very clear that there's no distortion or anything. Like, they sound pretty good, man. They sound nice. Now, in terms of the controls of the product, everything seems to be very straightforward. And the controls on these are generally better than something like AirPods. Like, AirPods are kind of very limited based on the amount of touch controls you can do. These are a lot more advanced and you can even increase and decrease volume with like a tap on them. It's pretty cool. Okay, so they're both inside of my ear. Now, to play pause music, super simple. On either one of these, just tap it once, playing, tap it on the other one, pausing, and you can do this vice versa, it doesn't matter. A single click on either of these will play pause. A double click on the left one will be previous track. As you can see, we've gone back again. A double click on the right one, as you can imagine, will be next track. Makes perfect sense. So let's do a double tap. Forward, 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 all working good. And they even have built-in volume control via touch controls, which is something you don't often see in earbuds and is often something people end up asking for from earbud manufacturers. Like for AirPods, for Razer Pods, they don't have any kind of like built-in volume up-down control via touch controls, whereas these do have that. So if we triple tap on the right one, this will increase volume, and if you triple tap on the left one, that'll decrease volume, which of course makes perfect sense. So let's go ahead and try that out. This is the volume bar. I'm gonna try to do a triple tap. And will the volume go up? I've managed to skip a song, skip it again. Okay, it's doing it. As you can see, volume going up. Now let's try to lower it. Hey. You see that? Pretty sick, right? So in terms of like controls, pretty damn good. Glad to see that there's also volume controls built in. You don't often see that, and I'm glad these guys have included it into their earbuds right here. So I've covered the basic controls of these: play, pause, next track, previous track, volume up, down. What about Siri or Google Assistant? These do of course work with both iOS and Android phones, and they do support Siri as well as Google Assistant. The way to activate Siri or Google Assistant using these, all you have to do is press and hold for about half a second, let go, and Siri will be activated, and she's now listening to everything I'm saying. very simple to use controls in terms of Siri and all. So that's all good. How about we test these out in like a gaming scenario, test out latency, and of course finally test out the microphones of these earbuds. Okay, so I'm by this laptop right here. I'm going to connect them up via Bluetooth. The reason I'm using the laptop is because my main PC behind me in the main setup doesn't actually support Bluetooth, so can't connect these up to that one, but I can connect them up to the laptop. So gonna play a bit of Counter-Strike, test the latency out on these, and then of course try to do some kind of microphone audio recording test and test out the quality of these microphones right here. So without further ado, I think I should probably pair these up to the PC. So let's press on find a Bluetooth device. So it's found Sudio Fem. I'm connecting to them right now. So take them out of the case in order to actually pair them. If you remember the controls I talked about earlier for volume, up, down, play, pause, next track, all that stuff, the exact same controls work on Windows absolutely perfectly. So we can tap once for play, pause, next track, everything. Even volume in Windows increases and decreases if you do a triple tap. Pretty cool. So in terms of controls, honestly guys, Sudio have done a very good job here. How about we launch some Counter-Strike though, play a bit of that. How will the latency be on these? Will there be like horrible delay in terms of audio? Or will these actually be somewhat possibly usable in a gaming scenario? Not that these are marketed at gaming in any sort of way, it's just a fun test to test out the latency of these products. So it's only taken me a couple of seconds of playing Counter-Strike to realize that, yeah, there's definitely a bit of latency with these. I'm gonna turn the volume up to 100% and I wanna see if I can at least sound whore people. Right, in terms of playing games with these, the latency is noticeable. The directional audio actually isn't too bad, so you can kind of roughly tell where players are, but because of the obvious delay, that's going to throw you off a lot. So would not recommend these for gaming, at least not for competitive gaming. Perhaps something more casual would be absolutely okay with these, but Counter-Strike wouldn't recommend these with. However, let's test out the actual microphone of these as I have launched Audacity right here. Alright, we are recording in Audacity as you can see right here, and hopefully everything sounds pretty damn good. I'm going to check back the audio in just a second myself, but apparently these have really good microphones with clear voice technology, so hopefully they sound pretty nice. Let's pause this and play it back. Alright, we are recording in Audacity as you can see right here, and hopefully everything sounds pretty damn good. I'm going to check back the audio in just a second myself, but apparently these have really good microphones with clear voice technology, so hopefully they sound pretty nice. Judging from that little sound clip right there, they're definitely not joking when it comes to them having pretty high-end microphones in these. My voice did sound relatively clear, given the fact that microphones have been packed into such a tiny little form factor. The audio from these microphones, as you probably heard there, sounds pretty decent in my opinion. Pretty clear, everything sounds good, and they have an emphasis on ambient noise reduction as well. And when I kind of went silent for a second, you literally can't hear anything. So their ambient noise reduction does work very well. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Link in the description down below, of course, to Sudio, and massive shout out to Sudio for actually sponsoring today's video. These earphones are pretty damn good in terms of like sound quality. The bass is nice, they feel relatively lightweight. The actual seal inside of your ears is very good, and they really do help block out ambient noise very well because of such a good seal. Sound quality is good, the microphones are good. However, when it comes to something like gaming, wouldn't recommend these for gaming as there is a little bit of latency. So if you're interested in like earbuds for gaming, I'd look elsewhere, perhaps the Razer Pods. But when it comes to listening to music, watching videos on your phone, stuff like that, you're not going to notice any latency. Apart from all that though, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you in another video soon. Goodbye.